You've done it 100 times. You get a new business idea, a new fitness plan, a new skill to learn. Day 1, you're obsessed. You're making plans, buying supplies, telling everyone about it. Day 5, the momentum is gone and you're already Googling the next thing. Here's what you tell yourself. I'm just not disciplined enough. I lack follow-through. Maybe I'm broken, but here's the truth. You're not broken. You think there's something wrong with you. You think you lack discipline. You don't. The reason you lose interest so fast isn't a lack of commitment. It's a completely predictable mechanism inside your brain called the Novelty Trap. And in the next few minutes, I'm not just explaining what it is, I'm giving you the exact 3-step system to rewire that mechanism and finally build unstoppable momentum. Let's fix this once and for all. Let's get straight to the why, because understanding this will change everything. The moment you start something new, your brain floods with dopamine. Now, most people think dopamine is the pleasure chemical. It's not. It's the seeking or anticipation chemical. Your mind isn't addicted to doing the thing. It's addicted to potential. It's addicted to what could be. Think about it. The planning phase feels amazing. You're imagining the finished product, the transformation, the success. Your brain is lighting up like a Christmas tree. But here's where it gets interesting and painful. The drop-off happens when you switch from planning to doing, when the work gets hard, messy, or predictable, when you have to do the same boring task for the 5th day in a row. Your dopamine drops to normal levels, not because you failed, but because the novelty wore off. And suddenly the idea of starting something new gives you an easier hit than continuing the current thing. That's the novelty trap. It's a physiological system, not a personal failing. Your brain is literally designed to seek new things because evolutionarily, that helped us survive. But in the modern world, it's sabotaging your success. So how do we fix it? We stop fighting the dopamine and start redirecting it. We turn the seeking system into a sustaining system. Here's how. The first step is to implement the 48-hour De-Novelty Test. This is how you bypass the dopamine high and only commit to projects you can actually sustain. Here's what happens. It's 2 a.m., you can't sleep, and bam, you get that lightning bolt idea. A podcast about productivity, a dropshipping store, a digital art portfolio. Your fingers are itching to start right now, to buy the domain, to create the Instagram account, to tell your friends. Stop. You are not allowed to start it. Not yet. Instead, you write down 3 things. The easiest first step. This is the fun part. The part your brain wants to do right now. Example, buy a domain name, sign up for a course, download the software. The most boring, tedious middle step. This is the unglamorous grind that nobody talks about. Example, input 50 lines of data into a spreadsheet. Edit the same 30-second clip for 3 hours. Cold email 100 potential customers who will mostly ignore you. The biggest anticipated hurdle. This is the thing you're secretly dreading. Example, have an awkward sales conversation. Put yourself on camera for the first time. Ask for help or feedback from strangers. Now, here's the crucial part. You wait 48 hours. You let that initial dopamine rush completely fade. When you come back to the list, and this is the moment of truth, read that list again. Raid the boring middle step. Raid the scary hurdle. If you are still excited to tackle that tedious middle step, if you're willing to do the unglamorous work, you have a genuine interest. If the idea of doing that boring work makes you cringe, if you're already thinking of ways to skip it or outsource it immediately, you just saved yourself weeks of wasted effort. This single test prioritizes sustained interest over initial excitement, and it's going to save you so much time and mental energy. You pass the 48-hour test. You're in. Now, the second fix is to replace the goal of completion with the goal of consistency. We're calling this the minimum viable system, or MVS. Here's the problem. When you start a project, you're usually aiming for the far-off finished product. The viral video with 1 million views, the 6-pack abs, the best-selling course. That finish line is too far away, and the reward is too uncertain to motivate daily work. You need dopamine hits along the way, or you're going to quit. The MVS is the absolute smallest action you must take to count as progress. Every single day, no matter how busy you are, and I mean truly minimal. So small it feels almost ridiculous. A good MVS is write 100 words, not finish the chapter. It's practice the guitar for 10 minutes, not master this song. It's do 10 push-ups, not complete the full workout. Here's why this works. It's not about the quality of those 10 minutes or those 100 words. It's about the act of showing up. You're training your brain to feel rewarded by consistency itself, which is a much more reliable source of dopamine than waiting for a big win that might never come. And here's the beautiful part. Most days, you'll do more than the minimum. Once you start writing those 100 words, you'll often write 500. Once you pick up the guitar for 10 minutes, you'll often play for 30. But on the hard days, the busy days, the days when motivation is zero, you can still hit your MVS and keep the streak alive. You've passed the 48-hour test and set your MVS. You're building momentum. But here's the thing. At some point, you're gonna feel that itch again, that desire for something new. How do we scale without triggering the novelty trap again? We use the 3x expansion principle. And this is where it gets exciting. Here's what I've learned about multi-passionate people. You don't actually lose interest in the topic. You lose interest in the format or the scale. The brain wants novelty, but it doesn't need a completely new project. It just needs a new angle. So instead of abandoning Project A and starting Project B from scratch, we expand Project A into 3 new directions. You innovate within your current path instead of abandoning it for a new one. Let me give you a concrete example. You started a finance blog 6 months ago, but now you're bored with writing articles. The natural impulse is to abandon it and start a fitness podcast or learn coding. Don't. Instead, expand in 3 ways. Lateral expansion. Pivot the format. Take your best performing blog post and turn it into a detailed financial modeling video, or an Instagram carousel, or a Twitter thread, or a podcast episode. Same core content, completely new creative challenge. Your brain gets novelty, your expertise keeps building. Depth expansion, pivot the scope. Instead of writing general finance articles, zoom way in. Focus for the next month only on taxes for creative freelancers, or retirement planning for digital nomads, or budgeting for parents with ADHD. You're going deeper, becoming a specialist, but it feels fresh because the problems are new. Audience expansion. Pivot the application. Take your core financial content and apply it to a new specific niche. You started with freelancers, now try small business owners in the food industry. Same principles, new audience, new challenges. You get to learn about a whole new world without starting from zero. The beauty of this system is that each expansion gives your brain that hit of novelty it craves. But the core work, the skill building, and the momentum all stay focused on a single project. You're not diluting your expertise across 5 different fields. You're deepening it in one field with multiple expressions. And honestly, this is how people actually build careers. They don't master one thing and stick with it forever in the exact same way. They evolve it, they expand it, they find new applications. That's not lack of focus, that's strategic growth. You are not lazy, you are not disorganized, you are not broken. You are a seeker whose brain is working exactly as it's wired. And the cycle of starting and stopping, it's actually an incredible strength when you know how to manage it. Remember the system. Wait 48 hours before starting. Build a minimum viable system for showing up. And expand 3 ways before you abandon 1. If you found this useful, hit that like button so more multi-passionate pros can see it. And let me know in the comments. What is the MVS for the project you are not going to abandon this week? I'll be down there celebrating your goals with you. This is the system that changed everything for me, and I know it's going to work for you too. See you in the next video.